At first, 1,000 snakes were gathered for the Well of Souls scene, but that wasn't enough. Another attempt with 2,000 snakes still did not make it. For the final shot, an additional 7,000 snakes had to be acquired by the producers. Welcome to Binge Facts. Today we're sharing 10 crazy facts about the Indiana Jones franchise. During the shooting of the scene where a cobra rises and hisses at Indiana as he falls into the Well of Souls, a sheet of glass was placed between the cobra and Harrison Ford. At one point, the snake sprayed venom at the glass. For a scene, Ford and Connery took a memorable approach. When they had a conversation at a private table on a German Zeppelin, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery secretly took off their pants. The intense heat on the set led Connery to remove them, and Ford decided to do the same. The audience could never guess what was happening under that table. Even though Shia LaBeouf's expectations for the movie were high because of its undeniable legacy, in the end, he didn't like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and expressed his dissatisfaction during the Cannes Film Festival, where he admitted he dropped the ball on the legacy that people loved and cherished. You can blame it on the writer and you can blame it on Steven. But the actor's job is to make it come alive and make it work, and I couldn't do it. In response, Harrison Ford referred to his young co-star as a foolish individual, and Ford emphasized the importance of supporting the film without making a complete fool of oneself, as he shared with Details magazine. However, it does seem like Shia did make a fool out of himself, because his character suddenly disappeared. And, speaking to Variety, James Mangold said that Shia was not brought back for the film. I think the point I had was that when I came on, I wanted to capture that wonderful energy between Indy and an intrepid female character, he said, referencing the fact that this time around, Indy is joined by Phoebe Waller-Bridge as his goddaughter, Helena Shaw. So that was my first goal, and there's only so many people you can edge into a picture, he added. While waiting for the box office results of Star Wars on a Hawaiian beach, Lucas shared his idea for Indiana Jones with Spielberg. The conversation started when Spielberg mentioned his desire to direct a James Bond film, to which Lucas proposed a whole new concept. The inspiration for both Indiana Jones and Chewbacca comes from the same dog. Initially, when collaborating with Spielberg and Lawrence Kasdan, Lucas named the main character Indiana Smith. However, Spielberg expressed concerns over its similarity to Steve McQueen's character Nevada Smith, and suggested a change. In their search for a universal and unremarkable last name, Lucas proposed Jones. The name Indiana was a tribute to Lucas' own Alaskan Malamute dog named Indiana, who also served as the inspiration for the iconic character Chewbacca in Star Wars. Lucas had doubts about casting Harrison Ford because of his previous appearances in 2 of his films. The role of Indiana was initially offered to Tom Selleck, but CBS did not allow him to accept it due to his commitment to Magnum P.I. Later, Spielberg sent Selleck a letter expressing his willingness to collaborate with him in the future. The iconic scene in Raiders where Indy shoots the swordsman in the market instead of engaging in a fight was suggested by Harrison Ford. Battling food poisoning during filming, Ford had to frequently go to his trailer for restroom breaks. Jonathan Coquan, who played Short Round in Temple of Doom, didn't initially audition for the role, his brother did. Harrison Ford taught Quan how to swim during filming. In the scene where Indiana knocks out the pilot while attempting to steal the airplane after escaping the Well of Souls, the unconscious pilot is actually the film's producer, Frank Marshall. All the stuntmen were unavailable that day, so Marshall stepped in. Unfortunately, Harrison Ford's knee was accidentally run over by the plane during filming, resulting in an ACL tear. Ford showed remarkable resilience by wrapping and icing his knee before continuing with the filming.